Yo dudes! Welcome to Coffee Chocolate Cake. This is a healthier version of the traditional coffee cake. We're making a healthier icing, kind of chocolate based. It's next level. I will be the judge of that. Okay, so Steve has worked this out over the last kind of week. I've never tasted it. I don't know anything about it, so I'm going to represent you, and I'm going to mark it a 10.
I reckon it's definitely a 9, but I'm the judge of that. So here we go.
Best luck, Mr. Flynn. Okay, first thing you're going to need is a mixing bowl and a sieve. We have 400 grams of white flour.
Question, Steve, could I use white spelt flour?
Yes, you could indeed.
Could I use gluten-free flour?
Gluten-free if you're a celiac, yes, absolutely. The reason why we are sieving is just to avoid any clumps to make it a lighter cake. Okay, next step, we have 50 grams of cacao powder, so that's the bitter cacao powder. Next step, we have 2 teaspoons of baking powder. This is our rising agent. Pinch of salt.
Jeez, you're all about the sieve today.
Give that a little mix with your spoon or weapon of choice. Okay, so mix the dry ingredients together. Let's make a well in the middle, please, Mr. Flynn. Okay, time to add our wet ingredients. First step, we have 400 ml of maple syrup. Ooh! Or liquid sweetener of choice. Might seem like a lot, but again, this is a large cake.
This is a cake, this is not bread.
You're not gonna eat all this on your own.
Am I adding in this as well?
Next step, we have made a Americano or a black coffee. We have 200 ml of black coffee. We roast all our own coffee, so this is a nice Ethiopian washed coffee. Roasted by the lads. Okay, last final wet ingredient. We have 250 ml of sunflower oil.
So it's just a matter of folding it all in together, yeah?
Yeah, fold it all.
It's quite a wet batter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are you sure we're not making chocolate coffee soup? Okay, the benefit of vegan egg-free batters is...
You can try it. Very nice.
Oh,
like,
yum.
I think coffee and chocolate is one of the most wonderful combinations.
Oh, here, listen.
It's very good, isn't it? Lovely batter.
I don't even know if you need to
what are you judging my batter out of 10?
I'm holding me marks till the end.
Okay,
now.
great. I've taken 2 springform cake tins, so meaning the bottom will come out of them, and I have lined them with baking parchment just to avoid them sticking.
So I'm dividing my batter between the two of them, is that right?
Yeah, don't worry, do as accurate as you can. Okay, so just spread your batter out so it's kind of evenly covered. We've preheated our oven to 180 degrees. We're gonna bake them for about 18 to 20 minutes, just until the skewer comes out dry. Okay, now while our cake's in the oven, it's time to make our icing. We want to make this a healthier icing. Traditionally in an icing, what would be in a traditional icing, Mr. Flynn?
Sugar and butter, isn't that right?
Yeah, powdered sugar and butter, and it's normally 2 parts powdered sugar to at least probably even 1 or even half part butter. We're going to base ours around pitted dates because we want fibre!
Okay, so that's a bold move. This is interesting. Stephen told me he was playing around with dates to make a date icing.
Okay, so I've taken a medjool date. We have 200 grams of medjool dates that we have stoned. So just take the stone out of them.
So if you don't know medjool dates, they're worth seeking out. These are like the Rolls Royce of dates. They're really, really nice. Well, I think they're the Rolls Royce. I'm sure to the people they're not.
Okay, next step. So we have 200 grams of pitted medjool dates. I have 100 ml of boiling water. In it goes on top.
Does it have to be boiling, Stephen?
Yes.
Okay.
It's just going to help soften the dates to make it more into a caramel.
Can I add in this?
Yes, we want 1 tablespoon of cacao powder. Take 1 full fat can of coconut milk. Wow. Ideally, if you live in a warm country, remove it from the fridge. If you live in a country like Ireland, the cream will be at the top, the water will be at the bottom. All we want is the cream. So we're putting in it's about 200 ml of coconut cream.
Okay, we've got how much coffee here, Steve?
We have 100 ml of a strong black coffee. So don't worry if there's any little bits in it, that's cool. That's just gonna add a more granulated coffee flavor. Traditionally, as I said, coffee cake icing is just sugar and butter, and it's kind of at least 2 parts sugar to butter. So it's very, very sweet. So we wanna make this slightly more sweet than the dates. So I'm putting in 100 ml of maple syrup.
Just to recap, 200 grams of pitted dates, tablespoon of cacao powder, 100 ml of boiling water, 200 grams or ml of coconut cream.
Yes.
We've got
100 ml of strong black coffee
and 100 ml of maple syrup.
And that's
very original icing.
Yeah. Okay, boom. So blend until it's super smooth. This is a high-speed blender. If you don't have it, do it in a food processor and just give it time. It's so important that this is silky smooth. How's it tasting?
Oh, yum.
Delicious?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd probably bathe in that.
So you'll see right now it's quite watery. So to harden it, we're gonna put this, or make this set, we're gonna put this in the freezer.
Okay, so we took the cakes out of the oven and we left them cool for about 3 hours. We had a lovely lunch.
Make sure they're cool to touch, they're properly cold. We've left our icing, we've left that in the fridge for the same time, 3 hours. Literally all you're waiting for is that it's thick. It's thick and gooey and lovely and runny like that.
Cool.
Beautiful. It's time to ice our cake. So let's take them out of the spring form. Nice, simple way of taking it off. Put the plate on top, flick it over, boom. And then off she goes.
Lovely.
Okay, let's ice her up. Let's fill her up. We want a good thick filling. So loads. And kind of just go to the edge, like don't go quite to the edge because it is going to sprawl a little more. Okay, now we're going to put our next layer on top.
Oh, beautiful.
And then last step, let's do the top. Here we go, high pour. This is just visually delicious. Oh, magnificent. That icing is kick-ass. Okay, last, this is a chocolate coffee cake. So take a few squares of chocolate and just chop them roughly. Just cut into chocolate shards. Oh, it's soft. It's just cutting beautiful.
You're trying to sell it to me now, Steve.
It's cutting very beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, that serves really well. Look at that. Look at that. Jeez. Okay, look at that. That is. Okay, visually, I'm going all out. I'm going 10.
Give me a 10.
That's pretty
Great.
good. Thank you, Mr. Flynn.
Well, I'm pretty excited.
Go. Oh, gives a bit, gives a bit. Wow. Just looks like it's really moist. Like the cake itself is very moist.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that at all.
What are you giving me?
Maybe like a 2.
What are you giving me?
I'd say an 8.5.
8.5.
8.5, 9. Very good.
Yeah.
Yum. I'd totally eat more of it.
So there you are. Healthier coffee cake. The icing is made with medjool date, so it's higher in fibre rather than a powdered sugar butter one.
Vegan. It was easy to make. I had nothing to do with this. It was good. It's a really good cake. Thank you for subscribing. If you've subscribed to our channel, we really appreciate it. We love what we do.
Please share this with anyone that needs some inspiration and sending lots of coffee cake love. Bye.
Cheers.